Alright, welcome back to another Embrace Destiny video, everyone. Today we are talking about salt and negativity in the Crucible. So I've been playing a lot of Crucible lately, and I've been running into more and more negativity from different people within and without my team and such. And I just want to take a little time to talk about it, talk about some of the issues that we face, and some ways that you can avoid both the attitude problems, and you can avoid some of the mechanics that can lead to such rage and salt in the community. So in this match here, we start off, it's a skirmish 3v3, and already I'm off to a bad start. We're told to stick together, and the first thing I do is I split off from the group. I've been playing a lot of Crucible lately, and I guess I just thought I could rush in, be a hero, isolate the enemy. I take on this Titan. I'm literally blinded for my impatience, and he kills me easily. And then what's the next thing he does? He teabags my corpse. He disrespects me and taunts me and shows me how easy it was for him to kill me. So that was pretty frustrating. And then to add on top of that, we had a bunch of lag issues, which you're going to see later in this video. And in about 6 seconds, I think, right there actually, we had a teammate leave. So it's a 3v3 fight, one man left. What are we going to do? Well, by this point, we're already pretty frustrated, but I decided to try and work overly hard to make a more positive experience. I reminded my teammate that we're down. It's okay if we have fewer points than the enemy. They outman us. So let's just see if we can shake things up, make it interesting. Let's take it as a learning experience. Let's see what we can do as a team to face off against when the odds are against us. Because if we can do well when the odds are against us, we should do better when the odds are in our favor, right? So here I am actually checking my ghost to see where the third person is, and I'd like to talk about some of the issues we've all run into in Destiny and some of the ways that you can avoid it both by your gameplay and just by your attitude. I'm not trying to lecture or preach here. I'm just trying to suggest a different way. I know how frustrating it can be, and maybe these tips can help you just breathe, have a little bit of patience. Maybe it can spread a little bit of positivity in the community. So, let's talk about lag. Destiny has had lag since the very beginning. It's frustrating as hell, and with the lack of dedicated servers in Destiny 2, it's probably not an issue that's going to entirely go away. It's frustrating. I know. I don't like it. It makes things challenging, but if you don't support Bungie for what they do, then you can just not play the game, or you can play and hope that they get better, offer some positive feedback. The ultimate thing is you don't make the game, so it's tough because we have no control over it, and that is really frustrating. But you can change your mindset a little bit. You can approach it from a different way and have a better time. So we had some couple of rounds in here where, Manifold, my fire team member, he clearly made headshots that didn't connect. The enemy seemed to shoot us through walls. It's frustrating, but it's just a game. It's not a tournament. It doesn't matter. And I'm sure that it goes both ways. I'm sure there are times where on my screen it looks like a perfect kill, and on their screen they're like, what? He was behind the wall. How did he do it? I'm pretty sure it evens out. So try to take that in mind and just roll with it. Next, you got matchmaking. So sometimes you're put against people who are way better than you are, and they just annihilate you. Sometimes you're put against people who are so easy that you don't even feel like it's a challenge. I get it. It's tough, especially when you're doing something... Oh, watch this. It shows the shadow shot is missing me, and then it shows it as being the thing that kills me. Horrible lag in this game. It was so weird. Anyway, Trials of Osiris is the hardest, hardest Crucible matchmaking in the game, and sometimes I go into Crucible and I'm just killing it. I'm just doing great. Then I go into Trials and it's like I might as well turn my controller off because I am useless. I am bad. I don't play Trials that often, and it shows. Do I get angry for being put against people who are so much better than me? A little bit, honestly. It kind of sucks not getting to the lighthouse. But I try to take it as a learning experience. I try to say, what are they doing? How are they playing? How can I learn to avoid what they're doing? And we're going to talk about that a little bit later. Next, you get issues such as a lack of skill on your own team, or a lack of skill from the enemy, trash talk, things like this. try to encourage your teammates. It may sound like a ridiculous thing to say, but I've actually been on teams of strangers where people are just insulting me or insulting each other for what they do. Oh, you missed that snipe, you're terrible. Why are you using that weapon when that perk is garbage? It's just a lot of negativity. There are better ways to give criticism in a constructive way that can help you be better. If the enemy shoots you with 2 body shots with a sniper rifle, try to remember that maybe they're using a new weapon or a new scope for the first time. Maybe they're not used to sniping and they're trying something new. Not everybody's just born to be great. You kind of forget about it because you've been refining these skills for a while, but it's called the Crucible for a reason. You play and it refines your skills until you're better, and that's what everybody has. So if your teammate misses shots that you should make, or if your enemy you think they're horrible but they're still beating you, take it as a learning experience. Encourage your teammate. Maybe do some private matches where you kind of show them some things. And with your enemy, just remember, everybody is at a different skill level and they're just doing their best. Next, we're going to come back to team taunt or enemy taunts, like you saw in the beginning where the guy was teabagging my corpse. First thing I can suggest is just be patient and just try to take the high road. Some people are just going to be terrible. Some people are just going to have an attitude, and there's nothing you can do about it. But the thing, you can't change their attitude, but you can change your own. So this is a side note, but I was actually a little bit upset with Destiny for a while because there are all these emotes, dances and gestures and taunts, but for the longest time they were all super negative. They're all wagging, shaking their head, saying no, 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 making faces, and they're all antagonistic, and they're aggravating. And I didn't like that. I wanted a way to physically show my respect for other Guardians. Sometimes an enemy snipes me and I'm like, wow, that was a good shot, I can't believe you made it. Or sometimes I fight somebody in a gunfight and I just kill them. And I want to say, hey, good job, you fought with honor. But what can I do? I can't exactly wave, because if I wave, that could be misconstrued as something negative. So recently I got the formal bow, and I was so happy. The formal bow taunt, the emote, is literally that. It's a bow of respect. And I use it all the time. I don't have it here on my Warlock, but I use it on my Titan, and I love it. And recently I was playing a game of Trials, and somebody on my fire team suggested that my use of it could be misconstrued. And he didn't say that. He basically said they think you're taunting them. They think that you're being a wise guy. So I immediately messaged them and said, hey, no disrespect intended. I just wanted to say good game. So if you ever get a formal bow from Kaz PhD in the Crucible, just know that I'm out for you. I'm respecting you here. I'm not trying to be negative. Anyway, I'm losing my place. So got a couple of minutes left. I want to talk about some of the more infuriating gameplay mechanics and how you can avoid them. Some of the most frustrating things in the Crucible right now, probably the first most frustrating thing, are fusion grenades. They track, they stick to you, and it's a one-button kill. And it's frustrating. I get it. But you can actually avoid them pretty easily. So if you know that the enemy is using fusion grenades, you got to do things like use cover. You got to hover above doorways, run past open spaces, engage, disengage your enemy. You can do a lot of things to actually avoid getting stuck. And since I started really concentrating on it, I don't think I've been killed with fusion grenades nearly as often. Maybe 1 time out of 10, even less. So that's something you can do. Shotguns, not as infuriating anymore with the special ammo nerf, but they can still be frustrating. Basically, just keep your distance. It sounds easy, but that's all you got to do. Just keep your distance. Most shotguns do not have any range at all, and you can counter that pretty easily. Sidearms, they're fast firing, and some of them have some really good range. They can be pretty annoying of how fast they tear through your health. Again, find some cover. Get some distance from them. Use your primaries or snipe them, whatever. And again, learn to engage and disengage your enemy. I've started really concentrating on this a bit more, and it's really helped my Crucible game. I pop in, do a couple of shots, pop back, do a couple more shots. It keeps the game more interesting. It also makes you less predictable and less easy to track, and it allows your recovery to bring your health back a little bit. Finally, sniping. I'm still working on getting better at avoiding being sniped. Best thing you can do is learn the maps, get cover, and also teamwork. If you coordinate with your team when someone's trying to snipe you, it's beautiful, because they're concentrating on one of you, you run in, you get a close weapon kill, perfect. Anyway, that's going to wrap up the video here today. We're almost through this gameplay. As you can see, we pulled things back. We didn't quite win, but we had a good time, and you can too, which sounds pretty awful. But I just want to thank you for watching this video. I'm working on making more and improving, but when you go out there, try to have a good time. Remember, it's just a game. There are ways that you can have a better experience even when you're dealing with the horrible lag or the MLG triple snipers. You know, they have a sniper rifle for a helmet. It's ridiculous. I get it, but hope you liked this video. If you did, leave a comment or like or subscribe below. I'm trying to grow this channel. I'd like to hang out with more of you and talk about my thoughts and share some ideas and create some things with you in Destiny. So check out the links below. I got a Twitch channel. You can come say hi. And yeah, I'm actually trying to grow my clan. We started off quite small, just a few close friends. But if you're looking to build a more positive gaming experience, come check us out. And maybe we'll tackle some raids or fight through the darkness in Destiny 2 together. Thanks for watching. Bye now.